Welcome guys to TaToH vs Vinchester here, Masters of Arena 5. Let's take a look at the brackets. We are at the moment in the semi-final loser bracket round 2, how I call it. I call it the loser bracket round of 6. In the finals we have Viper against Stark, and over here, as you can see, Vinchester and TaToH now, and scheduled for, I believe next week, will be CL versus Dracons. A best of 5 our way. If you win this match, you are guaranteed to be in the money. So that's a sweet spot to be in. Let's take a look at the TIFF picks again as well. So we have TaToH having Burmese, Malians and Spanish. Vinchester is playing Celts, Malians and Italians. I think we should just jump into the game, because it is already running and I'm pretty excited for that. I asked the chat for some predictions. As you can still see some stuff, they are pretty divided how this series is going to go. We are likely to see a lot of towers, but the result is completely uncertain. We have TaToH playing game number 1 with the Burmese and Vinci with the Malians. And the big question is, will he be Big Vinchester or Big Loosechester? Vinchester, very known for all his trushes, super successful to that point, until he faced Mr. Viper himself, who still lost a game to a Trush, but defended the rest quite nicely. And now TaToH should somewhat know how to defend a Trush, maybe. And we have still 5 more seconds to see if someone wants to call a restart. Seems like we are playing this out, and oh, Vinci going with the Chinese lore. Want to see double Trush? Now that would be interesting. Yeah. And we have 4 on wood for TaToH, 4 on wood for Vinchester. So somewhat unlikely to see a Trush this game, but still everything could happen. Chinese lore, nearly a boy. Well, that's how I would call it. Five sheep still left, pushing some of the deer. Boar number 2. Am I confused? Oh, it's over here. Okay, makes sense. And yeah, we didn't take a close look at the map. We kind of saw it, but beautiful defensive gold for Vinch. Has extra stone and gold in the back as well. Let's take a look if he sees those. Not yet, but probably scout that area. I think he actually should just use his sheep here. Kind of weird for me. Oof. And now the Russian lure. Not 2 volleys with 6, but 3 volleys with 4. Okay. Okay. On the other side, Mr. TaToH with his Burmese. Let's take a look how he will approach this. Didn't find his back gold yet, nor his 2 back sheep. Has a pretty open map when it comes to gold and stone. Question is, does he want to go for a Rambai or not? We'll see. Why do players only put 2 on deer? Isn't that a waste of food? Well, the other option is to have less on board, which is a waste then. I personally think if you push deer, you shouldn't build farms. That's my opinion, and I think that's not optimal. But the difference, honestly, has to be in the single digits there of the lost food. But good question. What civ has an advantage? Well, that's an interesting question as well. I personally think that Rambis won't do that much against eagles, against Plumed Archers. They perform pretty well against eagles though. So maybe a Magnal or Rambai push would be pretty deadly. I'd give a small advantage to the Burmese, especially because they also have the option of going for some monks. Why did the lure with the scout though? What's the advantage in scout 1 now? Well, he can heal his eagle in the TC, so that's pretty sweet. He cannot scout in fuel age anyways, because then the scout of TaToH gets +2 attack. So he needs to wait for castle age before moving out with his eagle. And yeah, he just saved some villager walking time. Just think about it. If the villager is walking 15 seconds to the borrower and 15 seconds back, which is actually quite short, then you save 10 resources if he works at the same time. Are champions an option for TaToH? Well, they are certainly stronger, but I think he just has other good options. So I don't think he has to go for it. Goes with 2 on stone here. That's an interesting way of playing it. And as we can see, Vinchester now putting the eagle in his TC, trying to heal up some. And that looks like our typical 3 on stone plus 2 in feudal age. So a defensive castle will be on spot for him. TaToH on the other side. Let's take a look. Oh. So only 2 on stone. It's a bit surprising to me. Maybe a late castle. LB10. The TaToH, market, and the blacksmith. Normally I'd love to see them forming a natural wall, like market and blacksmith over here would be nice. We put the castle here. Now sending more on stone. What is this? Is this 2 on stone plus 4? Or what's his plan? I'm not sure. Maybe just adding late season general. This looks like 2 plus 4, 2 plus 5 even. Interesting. So we now see 7 on stone. We only see 5 on stone for Vinci. So his equal could be a bit better. But obviously TaToH is a bit earlier because he only had 2 on stone there. Interesting adjustments. Let's see how they are playing this out and if this makes a difference at all. TaToH now out, getting the scout off, sees all the relics, obviously the Burmese bonus, and now trying to get some more map vision where the extra gold spots are. They are in the north, both of them, so pretty neutral for now. On the other side, the healing process is roughly 50% done, I would say. Honestly, feel like he should have sent those sheep around to scout that back area and get the eagle in a bit earlier. I think he won't be at full HP before reaching castle age. Now sending villager number 4 and 5 on gold. So we will see quite a bit of archers. And that's what I meant with forming the natural wall. With the blacksmith and the market, he will build the castle over here. There's no way of TaToH getting in with only 2 patterns. Need a third one to break a house as well. And we see 1 villager too much on stone as well. I'm not sure if they don't know the build orders or if I am wrong and off or what's going on. Just feels weird. And now sending a lumberjack forward. That feels like a monastery then. Oh, instant heavy blow by TaToH. That kind of says he won't really boom that much, right? 1 extra TC? Interesting. Not the most aggressive castle, but it mainly is for plumed archer protection and zoning out the area. So kind of makes sense here, kind of would have made sense here as well. It is tough to raid that stone spot now. Think about 8 range plus 2, should be pretty fine. TC number 1, TC number 2 for TaToH, so is indeed going for Monster Boom. Ah, now I get why he went for heavy blow. Obviously, he didn't have to get Bowsaw, because he has the Burmese bonus. Makes sense. So, Vinchester, he's going fast in. Oh, it seems like it. No extra TC for him. And a lot of farms. 5 on gold. I think he maybe should have played it a bit later then, right? And why is he still on stone? Is that plumed archer second castle aggressively and try to trap? That's interesting. Uh-huh. Problem is, will he really have map control to build the second castle forward? I'm not sure about that. And he is adding a TC now. Feels a bit undecisive, and I don't really like that every villager has his own gold pile here. I think you should just move them a bit closer here towards the middle. Have them a bit more efficient. But well, all the gold tiles will be used quite equally now. Let's take a look. What does TaToH see of all what's going on? Yeah, it's very little idea. Sees that that is probably somewhat walled. S3TC is running pretty well for him. Is 11 villagers ahead on the other side. Vinch is abusing the market. Selling some wood, buying some food, and will be up pretty soon. Question is, does he want to sell another 100 wood? Feels like it. And TaToH is using the market as well, so he should know what's up. And the point drop could be an indicator there as well. If TaToH just stays active with the Rambis, I think he can deny the aggressive castle. And Vinchester, if he just goes for 2 defensive castles, that's not really going to work out. I'm curious if TaToH will scout this. If he's active, if he reads that strategy, well, I really fear for Vinchester, who also doesn't even have fletching at the moment. Second CC is an addition that kind of feels a bit weird, but a bit okayish as well. Tough for me to judge. Now fletching coming up, TaToH even going for Loom. Not sure if he's scared or what's going on. And going for a siege workshop at a very defensive spot. But yeah, TaToH did see so little. He might feel like Vinchester could be just booming. But well, then the score difference wouldn't be that big. Interesting stuff. And the second castle will be defensive. Huh. That's just so weird. TaToH, 22 villagers ahead. Vinchester will have mass amount of plumes. He needs to get Bracer as well, otherwise he will just get wrecked by mangonels. What is TaToH going for? Still more Rambi, still active on the map. I don't like that TaToH didn't add a monastery. Could just get the 5 free relics as well. Vodka arrow now for Vinch. TaToH still very little intel of what's going on. Did build some outposts, did build some, or did position the scouts to see what's going on. And now going for some patterns. Sees the plumed archers and think he will cancel the patterns. Or will he? I think he should have cancelled that one. He's going for a second mangonel now. And loses a lot of vision there with losing his outpost. Let's take a look. Oh, wants to rebuild an outpost, but thinks better of it. We want to see his villager die. And that eagle is actually the only loss of the game so far here at the 24-minute mark in the game. And what's TaToH's reaction? He continues to boom. He continues to go for a Rambi. He continues to build more mangonels. Is he building a barracks or stable? Not yet, so bloodlines won't be on the way too soon. TaToH will just try to defend this now with more than 30 villager advantage. Vinchester really needs to put on the pressure now. Bracer come in, first trap come in, and honestly, if TaToH just moves out with 3 mangonels, this is going to be tough for Vinch. He needs to pack his things and oh, mangonel shots, and that's the first trap down. And that buys TaToH so much time. And that's why the castle had to be aggressively. Village 6 now on the way. Let's take a look. Is he really moving in there? Yeah, he has one more range, but still. TaToH getting out microed. Actually not microing that much at all. That's ugly now. Bracer doing some damage. Vinch just moving out. And Plumed Archer is obviously so nice too. Micro loses 1. Wally is pretty reasonable. And look at that. TaToH moving back the low HP mangonels. And the high HP still in the front. Beautiful micro. Now repairing those 2. That was a very nice move. Still not sure what the 2 patterns are doing at the front. Maybe some debation. And TaToH's resources look like he can click up pretty soon as well. 40 villagers ahead. Now, TaToH is using the market. And is he building a force? Yeah, finally building the stable. So Bloodline isn't too far away. Mangonel's now sneaking around from the back. And that's a nice ground attack. Like that. And the shots over here. And that's just the kill. This Mangonel should clear those 3 up. And this is looking so good for Mr. TaToH here. Oh, beautiful move. Now chasing down with his Rambis. Will probably intercept them. KD 12-4 at the moment. Yeah, TaToH's units were more costly. But still. That's just so brutal. Bloodline, Sand Card, and Imp. What can Vinchester do? I don't really see Eagles being a switch, especially with this poor eco and plumed archers. Well, military count is now 16-7. Will be pretty tough for him. Magnolds maybe getting another shot off against those plumes. We will see. Already eating quite a lot of damage. Oh, what a beautiful dodge by Vinch. He's doing that pretty well. TaToH just needs to chill. He is now in a good position. Maybe even go for bombard cannons pretty soon. That's what everyone is complaining against Burmese. They just are so easy to go onto Rambis Mangonels, pretty much an uncounterable composition, and you can still boom at the same time. That's why a lot of people are asking for either a Rambi nerf. I think it just could be changed if they cost some food, just like the Conquistadors. They would be totally fine. Take a look, Mangonel still trying to engage, but Vinchester should be way too active to see that this is not going to be possible. Going for some repair now. I think he will just take 2 onagers. Oh, and still able to maybe sneak around, but will run through some castles. I think the quick ball should be real with those farmers. I think TaToH's attack here will do 0 damage. Let's take a look. What is TaToH focusing on first? And indeed, he is going for the onager attack. Wants to clear that up. And Vinch should know what's up. That house is somewhat helping out as well. Even taking Cavalier. Interesting, I didn't expect that. Masonry for TaToH, trying to get some more armor, trying to get some more HP on his castle. 3rd castle now by Vinci. Oh, and a Rambi is coming in. The block has to be real, house wall, and yeah, TaToH is denied. As I said, that is not going to do anything. And indeed, it did not. But TaToH is already thinking about the next step and is thinking about his Cavalier switch. Why no elephants? Because elephants in low numbers can be countered pretty well by monks, and you don't need a lot of eco against monks. And Cavaliers, you need to really invest into more units with more eco, and that's something Vinchester doesn't have. So TaToH is going for Cavaliers. Oh, Vinch is just... did he lose a single plume? Yeah, now he lost his first one. TaToH just taking this very, very poorly. I think he should have closed down the distance a bit more. Wow, that was like 8-9 a Rambi against 1 plumed archer. Vinci somewhat fighting him back, but the onagers still are unanswered. Oh god, that could have been deadly. Let's take a look how are the split. Oh, TaToH even look at that. He was shooting at the side. Trying to micro into the grounded micro into the split and now the switch into barracks. Therefore, TaToH really needs some army with his onagers, which could have been the Rambi. But they all died now, so obviously onagers not as good of a protector of siege as a Rambi. TaToH still 40 more villagers, military count he is catching up. Relics still unpicked by all of them. TaToH has 1 monastery and a monk out, so could really pull ahead in that regard. And we can see Vinchester instantly, or was kind of hoping for the elephant tech and went for monasteries. But, well, that didn't happen. TaToH now going for siege engineers. Let's take a look. Vinch with his plumed archers still on the map, but not doing the damage. Losing castle number 2 now. What is Vinch going for? Is he going for some halberdiers? No, that's just eagles. Well, just eagles won't perform too great. Oh, losing so much. Look at that, pop 106 out of 80. And building more monasteries in the back, but he needs to build more houses. Ay. Completely no development now. Look at that, pop 106 against pop to 40 difference. And soon we'll have 106 against like 160 or something. Oh, look at how many houses he's now trying to build. But he should have known that. Like, losing 2 castles, he must have seen that coming earlier. Ay. TaToH now going for the real production of his cavaliers. Just looks so strong. And going for champion tech as well. He saw the barracks. Take a look at that. And he knows what's up. And now adding mass amount of barracks. And indeed, champion will be the counter. After killing 3 castles, he felt, okay, it's unlikely that he's still going for a lot of plumed archers. So then he has to tech into Eagle Warriors, into Halberdiers maybe, and that will be no match to my mighty champions of the Burmese with +3 attack. They're totaling +7 attack even in him. He gets all the upgrades. For now he only has forging though. Has very little idea of the actual army composition of Vinchester, but he sees the eagles. If he takes a good close look, he should know what's up, and well, think he doesn't really need to fight, and that's what I said. Oh, well, Winch now finished all his houses and is catching up quite nicely. Is he building more somewhere? Yeah, and a lot of villagers. So still pretty desperate. 2 ensorcement around now and is starting the production. Should send them to the top. I don't like this. I think that's a bit too aggressive. Onager shots. Let's take a look. Is Vinchester having redemption? Could obviously be a great counter. They didn't have redemption. I think they do. I think they don't. One moment of silence. Another castle down. Vinchester just waiting to somehow get onto Elite Eagle Warriors. It's still only Eagle Warriors, so the castle age attack there. And now attacking for Halberdiers, but they won't do much against the champions. Now trying to go for the engagement, opening his gates. Let's take a look how his engagement is. TaToH completely out of position. Gets a nice ground attack off though. Beautiful start for his engagement. Plumed archers now running in there, eating the shots. No dodging for now, but he's just running away. Let's take a look. Some ground attacks, but TaToH is just retreating. And Vinchester is just retreating. TaToH is just killing. Looks pretty sweet for Mr. TaToH here in game number 1. Burmese seem to be just so strong against Marians. No real match to them. Killing more and more houses now. And yeah, that's just a deadly army composition. How do you counter that? Champs, super strong. Cavaliers, mobile as well. A Rambai, nice to kill your eagles. And well, he's now just trying to go for mass monks. Maybe get some long distance kills. Let's go for block printing. Let's take a look. Another beautiful crowd attack against those eagles. TaToH just playing this so nicely. And well, so scary for Vinchester. Losing his monks now as well, and this isn't looking better. He is still trying to go for the quick walls. Obviously knows going down 1-0 in the best of 5 is an ugly situation for him, but in all honesty, TaToH won't throw this game away, and Vinch realizes exactly that, and it's a 1-0. Pretty sweet move here by TaToH. Played this super calm, super collected, and it seemed a bit like it's if when Burmese so strong in this matchup. Eagle Warrior is not really an option, Halberdier is not really an option, Plumed Archers not really an option either, And then it is getting tricky. Vinchester did try to go for exactly that tricky strategy and wanted to go fast Imperial Age traps, but I think he needed an aggressive castle, maybe take a big risk, but it was always an uphill battle for him. Tough spot. Okay, then let's take a look at the potential civ choices now. We have no more Burmese and no more Mayans. The Winch still with Celts and Italians. And TaToH, Malians and Spanish as an option. Probably want to have Malians against Mayans as well. Interesting. Gonna love those conquistadors, obviously. Not sure how well conquistadors perform against Genoese crossbowmen, though. I think they shouldn't perform too well. Huh. Interesting for sure. So they launched the game, and I will be back quickly. How would nearly common brew look like? Like a disgusted hippo? Maybe. Okay guys, then let's jump into game number 2 here. It will be still Arena, obviously. And we will have TaToH playing with the Spanish against Vinchester's Italians. So I asked the question before, how will those conquistadors perform against Genoese crossbowmen? And who in the chat says they will just die? I don't really know. So, will be interesting if TaToH is maybe going for another strategy, a Monk Rush maybe, or, well, also condos could be pretty nice as well. So it feels like Vinch has the civ advantage now, and TaToH having this gate blocked. Can really get tower hopped over here. Oh, and that's a weird deer. Oh, wanted to get in, but not really. I want to nearly witness where a hippo tells a police hippo what he just has been witnessing. What? Okay. Well, not really going to happen. 2 extra gold spots for TaToH in the back of his base. 1 extra stone spot for Vinci, and well, that's it. So I'd say we should just change the names a bit, because at the moment it's not Vinchester, it's Vinchester. Already house number 3 here from TaToH. Oh, it did build 3 houses, so at the start. Okay. Vinci kept upright. As you can see, Vinci is now not going for the boar lure with the scout because he can't heal. It's a wait and see a bit. The boar, a bit of a mistiming, but still all reasonable for sure. I think he doesn't really need to loom. He's getting his 2 boars as well. Should micro a bit better towards the villagers here, if you ask me. Really, come on, bro, before anything else. Let me think about what are the next emotes we're going to do. Nearly DJ will be something I can spam. So that will be the $25. Nearly Cry, I believe, is the next one. We are having votes for the next emote in my Discord. So if you want to participate in that, make my Discord and go over there and join. Maybe put in some ideas as well, some suggestions, and participate. Ooh, that was a close one. One hit away there with 48. TaToH, quite a bit of houses. And quite randomly as well. Nearly, come on, bro. Okay. Okay, so what are the strategy options here for our players? TaToH. Conquistadors are absolutely an option. Questions how well they will perform. Maybe a Monk Rush as well. Has all the technologies. And on the other side, we have Vinchester having all the Monk technologies as well. The early up timings can go on to Corno, quite a low eco as well. Jenny's cross prevent to counter most of TaToH's army. I think if I was TaToH, Siege Monk push or something of the likes could be a pretty good option. Really cute. Oh. Uh-oh. 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 TaToH looked at the score, I believe. Is he countering this? He's not on stone. And his stone spots are pretty bad as well. Okay, archer range. Oh, look at that. TaToH is blind countering the strategy. Or did he take a look at the... Yeah, he blind countered. Defensive... Lush by TaToH, even or defensive militia. Against no loom Vinchester. Oh god, and he needs to open his walls because he cannot really get out here. Uh-oh. TaToH, that's unfortunate for him. I think he needs to delete the walls. Look at that counter strategy! And Vinchester has no loom. Third militia out. Tower is coming. And let's take a look. TaToH will open his walls. That's so crazy. Why? What is he doing? Oh god. No. All good. What is he doing? Okay, now moving in. We don't have loom. We still don't have loom for Vinchester. And TaToH didn't even click the MoA upgrade. And well, villager number 1 down. Loom now for Vinchester, but it's getting pretty tricky. Man at arm upgrade is coming as well, and that is going to be a dead scout if he isn't retreating. The tower now coming up, and TaToH is obviously getting that tower up quite quickly as well. Those speed walls won't really happen. I think I would even set the MoAs over here so that they can intercept all the villagers. Oh, they're actually getting away. I think that should not have happened. So tools down. TaToH now 3 ahead. It's getting... Oh god. And Vinchester's fighting this. Why is he fighting this? He just could have ran. Ay. Archer range is up, but going into tower somewhat. MoA should maybe split up. Oh no, he's just moving away. And TaToH is 6 villagers ahead. And now just horse colors and falls back and is totally fine. That was a blind counter and everything pretty fine. I don't really know why Vinch went onto the tower rush with those civilizations, but maybe it just was hashtag mind games as well. Knowing that, well, it's unlikely that he expected tower rush because my civilization is stronger anyways, and Hippo might get a kill here, and if it's not him, it's the archer as well, and it feels like both getting killed. Oh, the Hippo now going for the archer. Well, that's only fair. Oh, Hippo getting 2 kills in a row. Strongest Hippo ever. I put the archer range so far forward. 5 tiles back could be the same effect. Well, he didn't know that TaToH was defensive MoAing at all. He just is tower rushing. He wants to have the archer range as close as possible. It never backfired this far. He won like 10 games in this tournament by building the archer range that close. Not that that was the main reason, but he lost even with building it that close. I mean, TaToH still has defensive gold and so many defensive gold spots as well. So that's just super sweet for him. Just needs to take good care of the stone control of his. Maybe even would love to see a defensive tower or at the stone here. And I think he just could have tower hopped this as well. Oh, is that tower going up? 4 villagers against 3 villagers and Spanish bonus. Oh, can he maybe intercept that tower? Shouldn't really build that house. Oh, that's going to be interesting. And TaToH should jump into the tower. Maybe intercept the tower of Vinchester. And yes, he does. And that's very nice for him. Now going for wheelbarrow and then probably clicking up pretty soon. On the other side, we have Vinchester with a solid 100 food. So that will be a big difference, and TaToH in a beautiful, beautiful spot to maybe take the second game of this best of 5 series. Whoever gets onto 3 wins, wins this series, gets into the money, and can continue to play on. Will face... who will he face? Oh, the winner of CL against Dracons. Yeah. And then you have the spot for second place against Doug. Oh, villager going down again. Ay, 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 ay. Bit careless, Vinchester today. Oh, villager, 12 HP here. What are they doing? Ay, ay, ay. Microing him back, and another villager loss. 4 villager difference and wheelbarrow. So that's just so brutal. Ay, ay, ay. Trashing TaToH is a mistake? Maybe. Maybe. Okay, but now a lot of villagers of TaToH actually idle. 6 villagers forced into the towers here. And Vince trying to go for the repair. That shouldn't really happen. 7 HP, 3 HP, and, well, getting away. So that's well done. Is he really trying to go for the repair again? That's just stupid. TaToH, oh god, that's just an easy villager loss there. Did see that coming miles away. Okay, now it's open. TaToH, does he have an archer range or a stable? Not really. Archers could maybe run in. Let's take a look. Vinch, how many archers does he have? Those are 9 archers. But TaToH is already scared enough to build the defensive walls and will be safe. Same time, Vinches are not too far away from clicking up. We'll finish wheelbarrow and then he can click up. Remember, Italians have the cheaper up click here. Stable now for TaToH. Question is, will he also build a siege workshop? Will he try to go for the other stone maybe? No, conquistadors for him now. I think he will just fall back and build maybe some +1 knights, not even bloodlines, and then just boom, 2 extra TCs, transition into Castle Age, maybe then in conquistadors, and have a very, very good eco. He can do a lot because he's just so heavily ahead. Oh, those wolves actually took down that MoA from earlier. Yeah, and castle age difference, only 2 minutes, so that's not too big. But obviously eco so much better for Mr. TaToH here. Who is now going for what? I can see 1 extra TC. For now, no more wood and stone. And for bowsaw and some knights. Didn't have that many resources. Alright, that's enough. Okay, going for some walls now here. Doesn't want to have any conks in later on. TaToH stays with 4 villagers on stone. Now adding another TC. As I said, just taking the slow approach, booming quite a bit, getting the advantage in that way. Can't even build H conk when castle H OP. Castle H conks. That's how OP they are. Castle H conks are super brutal. We can all agree on that. Oh no, going for bloodlines after all. And those archers, sorry, low HP, will get caught off guard. And TaToH will just go for the kills before Botkin Arrow and X-Bomb upgrade could finish. 2 archers down, make that probably 4 before they get into the tower. But I don't even mind TaToH going in there even further. Thanks so much, Hightower, for using your Twitch Prime. And indeed, all the 6 archers down, and TaToH just now focusing on that tower as well. Arcana still viable new patch, not talking about this game? Yes, they are. They aren't as strong, but they're still a strong unit because they're so tough to counter. Not getting countered by hand cannoneers, they're still pretty mobile. You don't really need to attack them. So, yeah. Don't think they will be used so much less at early imp. Will be used a bit less in late imp though. TaToH should split his knights now and shouldn't attack click on the tower, if you ask me. That's what you see, like those 2 were attack clicked and the other one was just sitting there. And therefore he attacked, the other 2 didn't. Trusting in Spain is not a clever idea. Probably not. And as I said, it felt like Italians were also the tips that could play the long game. I think it was really like, I'm thinking what he's thinking, what he expects me to do, and I do the opposite. So Vinchester still in this game, although he Titanic the trash. Well, take a look at the score, take a look at the population. He is heavily behind. Now going for a monastery. That means his 30C will be super late as well. It's only now coming up. TaToH going for husbandry, continues to boom. So 4 villagers on stone, and is going for a monastery as well now. Definitely has chances in this game, okay. If he does boom and do correct units, he can do it, sure, because how OP Italians are. Well, he seems to be following it up with some sort of a monk rush. Oh, TaToH even added a scout, and will add even more scouts. What is Vinchester doing at the front? Oh, that will be a fast imp behind that, and aggressive castle. So, strategy choice is pretty interesting here by Vinch. Let's take a look. Monk and FI is his strategy choice, and TaToH, well, he sees it just barely. 1 tile into it. And TaToH, what is he doing? Should maybe rush out villagers. Oh, interesting. Vinch is walling all that. That's a pretty beautiful move. Obviously, it wouldn't work if TaToH just goes for the tower over here. Just moves in with all his scouts, all his knights. And Yeah, just gets a kill. But TaToH just realized, okay, it's a solid situation for me. Let's just waste the monk and give him a bit more false hope, because TaToH is just getting some stone. He's already abusing the market. We'll click up to him any second as well. But to Vinchester, just waiting for the castle to finish, and then we will go into a trap war, which will be interesting because TaToH won't really have that many castles. Even pulled the villagers a bit early, if you ask me. Now needs to buy 100 stone, although it's going to the other stone side. So that makes a lot of sense to me. Oh, and TaToH's in timing only 25 seconds earlier. So maybe Vinci here with 20 more. Well, like at the moment he has 20 less villagers. But also an interesting strategy. Defensive castle indeed. Out now. Needed a narrator of giving us false hope. Is that so? I think I'm one of the casters who is given the least like hype when a player is heavily behind. Like, oh yeah, this could still happen. That's kind of untypical for me. I think I'm doing that a bit more when I co-cast over Escape AoE or something, because calling a series too early doesn't really make sense if your co-caster is still hyped about it. But I think if I'm casting alone, I really get demotivated when the series or the game is over. Well, what? It is 5.7?
No.
Why? What is he thinking?
Yes.
It is 5.6. What did he write? Okay. Just didn't know how it works. Huh? Okay, weird. Okay, Vinchester indeed will go for condos. TaToH hasn't decided what he wants to go for yet. Isn't building Kongs. Isn't building Knights. Just panicking resources. Maybe he wants to tag 2 Paladins and elite Kongs first before he builds any. Ah, well, he's going for skirms. And rams. So will we lead skirm ram side attack? Interesting. Well, that obviously won't perform too well against condos. We'll be adding hand cannoneers, I assume. But for now, we're just going for bracer. And no chemistry out. And going for cap ram. Ay. TaToH maybe with the mid-read of the century. Masonry is finishing. And now I want to see chemistry instantly. But even well, chemistry won't perform too well against condos as well. Huh. Is he sneaking around with those villagers? Is he building an aggressive castle? That's just madness! Why would he build an aggressive castle? Oh boy. That's weird, guys. Oh god, and he will just get crushed. Vinchester, comeback time, guys! We'll deny that castle, we'll eat those skirms alive as well. Knights, only bloodlines and +1 attack. +1 defense even. Siege ram upgrade, something that won't really help. And those condos are just so good in this spot. TaToH, what is he doing? Well, he's still ahead, but that was a big blow into his lead here. Ay. Doubt Castle really at its best. And now the Cavalier switch. Vinchester must feel so great with how this is looking. But TaToH, at the same time, just focusing down the castle, wants to get rid of any potentially mass of January's crossbowmen. And now switches into Cavaliers. But only has 2 stables out. Ay. What is TaToH thinking at the moment? I hope he quits AOC and only plays on Sunday again after the series. Maybe it feels like I'm the worst. I'll never win against anyone again. Ay, 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 ay. Okay, then let's change the name here. Well, how did I fail? Okay, we're back, guys. With TaToH against Vinchester. Skirms. Still don't really get what TaToH is going for here. Okay, now going for Cavaliers. Problem is, Italians don't have halberdiers, and without a castle, then his crossbowmen are not really an option. But he's building one now. Still has defensive stone, which he did not scout. Now trying to find it with an outpost, but has other stone there in the back as well. FI condos is like OP with the Spanish. What can they do against that? Cavaliers. Why is the tourney being played with the old patch? Exclamation mark G-Man to learn why. TaToH still needs to win, but he has a very fast closing window. Oh, we will see. He certainly needs to get that castle of Vinchester done. Now even if elimination wants to get some converts in. Okay, what will TaToH add? We cannot really go on to skirmishes anymore, that's all denied. Maybe add some archery ranges again. Cavaliers in the front, skirmishes in the back. That castle needs to be cancelled. TaToH. And that was not a cancel. 47 stone for him. Ay, ay, ay. That was costly. It was even worse than a doubt castle, because it never got up. And cost all the stone. And a lot of villagers were lost that day. Brutal. Going for +2 now on those Cavaliers, going for +4 for the condos. Second look, that's a fight no one really wants to take. TaToH actually focusing down the monks now, I wanted to say, but it's actually focusing down the traps, which kind of makes sense as well. And that's a fight that I cannot really judge. It feels like TaToH only having one unit isn't the greatest choice, but Vinchester, he didn't have the greatest army amount either, is now having an advantage when it comes to numbers. TaToH's castle actually helping out from quite long range as well, and Vinchester not having all his army combined. Sniping one monk is quite nice for him, but TaToH won this fight quite nicely for him. And now barracks after barracks going down. Oh, Vinchester is somewhat running out of production, look at that. 3 barracks, now getting a 4th one up, isn't really in control of his eco. 4 relics for Vinchester, something I didn't mention at all yet. January's crossbowman production is just rolling quite nicely. And Vinchester's going for the pure counter now. Pikemen, January's crossbowman against Cavaliers. Monks of TaToH won't really help out with that either. Skirmishes is what TaToH needs now, and indeed he is going for more archery ranges. He's going for Sanctity, not 100% sure if that's an upgrade that is really necessary at the moment, but well, happens. TaToH, 2 extra gold, absolutely helping out for him as well. But Vinch not even taking those. And why am I such a noob? I just have +1 armor. Nice for him. And getting chemistry. TaToH even with the paladin upgrade, something we don't see too often in arena 1v1, needs to take the fight before that though. Monks getting the converts in, January's crossman doing the distance, damage from the distance. Elite skirmishers not in the high numbers that TaToH wants to have, and that looks like a really solid fight for him. 40 pop ahead. January's crossman kind of exposed. Therefore, he is leading his walls, trying to come over, but will lose that castle pretty soon as well. Favor and theocracy. TaToH really likes to add those monks, it seems. Going for full pikeman. That's a weakness of... well, not really a weakness of the Italians, that they don't have halberdiers. They have a nice counter there against cavaliers, but yeah, the problem is that already one castle is down. I'm going for thumpering even, and the +4 defense orange. Although I believe that's a +2 defense only, right? Yeah. Pop 130 against Pop 176. The push-in continues through damage even for TaToH. Why is he going for all those monk tags? That really surprises me. Is he expecting the Italian player to go for some bombard cannons? Maybe he does. And TaToH 66 military, and most of them are paladins. Monks doing a great job of healing those after small engagements. Skirmishers moving forward as well. Traps going forward, and this is looking so good for TaToH here. What can Vinch really do? Going still for mass pikemen. Castle amount down to 1 in the back here. Paladins continuing to push. Looks like Vinchester. Not really. That was the tower rush fail. I believe TaToH was throwing in mid, but Vinch was never had. Okay, monastery now going down, -4 relics now. And Paladins taking a reasonable engagement here, but the skirmishes are doing so much damage from the back. Actually, without chemistry this far. Ballistics was lacking as well. The University was just so low, and Vinchester is losing all his army. January's crossbowmen are going down now as well. The condotieros in the front didn't do enough, and this has to be the GG here. And indeed, Vinchester is tapping this out. 2-0 for Mr. TaToH, and well, that was an interesting complete blind counter. That aggressive stone spot that he went on to. Defensive Amadeus, Pop 23 without loom. Huh. That's something I didn't expect. Okay, maybe I will just rename him. To be fair. I wonder how stupid Vinchester looks. How stupid TaToH looks if Vinchester just goes FC. I probably will go like, oh, why would you ever go for that? That's too risky. You will never do damage if he doesn't do it, and even if you do it, you're still in an open game. But in the end, it worked out perfectly for him. Just a pure mind read. And from there on, he was so many villages ahead. And yeah, could even give himself a huge throw there and a huge misplay, and still had the advantage after this game and the finish for him. There you go. Better in all regards except stone. Good stuffy for Mr. TaToH, and now he has 3 match points already. It's quite early, and a best of 5 could end pretty soon here. Let's take a look. TaToH now out of Spain, and Vinchester without Italians, so we will see a Malian Celt war. Am I missing something, or should Celts be in a pretty good spot here? Oh. Huh. Okay, what did the chat have to say to this game? TaToH going counter, trust is very bad, same as going trust is Vinch in that matchup. Should be TaToH, trust, Vinch defense. What? The final will be Viper vs TaToH or Viper vs Stark, guys. The winner bracket final is Viper vs Stark now, and then we will see who is playing through the loser bracket. Everybody been taking notes on this new strat. False Hope Rush, Outcast somewhere around Imp, super important. Aye. Marian full Monk Tech Tree helps a lot. Okay. Wait, so Vinch decided to ban Slavs instead of Pamise? Why? Probably because he wanted to have Monk Rush as an option. Slavs eco is somewhat okay-ish. Obviously in 5.7 they're better. But still, it's quite a bit of food. Viper Stellar would be easy for Viper if he always kills Stellar. So I hope it's not that. Honestly, I don't see anyone beating Viper at the moment on those settings. Well, TaToH could be the one giving us the most entertaining games with crazy strategies. Like I never saw TaToH taking a series from TaToH. Aye. Okay guys, let's jump into game number 3 in this kind of one-sided series. But after 2 games, it happens quite often that I call it one-sided. But it's very likely that it's a 2-0. Actually, 50% of the time. If it was a fair matchup. We will indeed have the Mayans against Scouts. Interesting. What strategies will we see? Mayans could go for some monk aggression, pretty open walls. We don't see a restart. Defensive gold, but not the greatest one. And 2 defensive stones again. Somewhat open golds here at the left hand side. At the same time, Vinch, open gold, open stone, and has 1, 2 gold tiles to the left hand side that he probably needs to scout later on. For now, he is still pushing some deer. We've seen way less Monk Rush than we've seen in last arena tournaments or last arena games. It's like people have figured out how to defend that a bit better there with some tower action, with early scouts, with a lot of map control, with nice booming, with falling back, with some walls as well. Quite nice to see that. Oopa, okay, and Vinci is getting that villager safe home again. So obviously we're looking at arena, nothing too special hope happening at the start. Maybe need to take a look at the villager count again if someone is going for a trash here. Could be a weird option. TaToH now going for a second lumber camp, so he won't be trashing. And Vinchester sending a 5th village on wood as well, so that's super unlikely as well. That waypoint kind of indicates a second lumber camp over here as well. Oh, but now going for loom. Uh-oh, I might change my mind. Oh. Vinch, going for it again as it seems. Yes, clickety click. Up 22, 4 forward villagers could go for the tower up here, and TaToH is opening that right hand side. Uh-oh, troubles in Spain. And now sending villagers forward. TaToH knows what's up. He takes a look at the score. And he's going for feudal again as well. Playing super reactive to what Vinchester is doing. And Vinchester's score is just so low because he didn't scout much. He is up. And TaToH knows. I didn't scout much either. And I'm 70 points ahead. This guy has to be forwarding or something else. He cannot have a lot of resources. Cannot have the greatest eco. Cannot have the greatest scouting either. So I need to defend properly. Take a look. Did TaToH see his back stone? Yes, he did as well. But yeah, he had this stone as well. Defensive towers for TaToH. And yeah, we will see how the aggression of Vinchester will pay off this time. TaToH still trying to get some berries at the front. And the aggression starts. TaToH rushing in, trying to build a house. Trying to buy himself a bit more time. Oh, look at that already. Palisade wall. Super scared now. And yeah, Vinchester just started with Loom. Oh, look at that. TaToH is just super fine. Actually, we'll finish that house even. Oh, that's interesting. Archer range at the front from Vinchester. And now you see. Archer range not a problem at all. If the enemy isn't going for a weird counter thrust. And that tower is out of range, as it seems. Will block off that right hand side area quite nicely. Left hand side area will be walled. TaToH is reacting to that quite nicely. No EQ upgrades yet, and not on gold. So it is a bit weird. But it's obviously tough to stay super calm if you see this guy playing his aggression again. Who is? Oh, having some idols for a short moment. Not the biggest problem. TaToH, that's actually still open here. I'm not sure if he knows that. Huh. Oh, and what a beautiful placement of that tower. Oh, TaToH, that's just beautiful. Oh, but the tower will finish down those walls. That's still open. But what can he really do? Like, even if he runs through, it's still a tower. TaToH has a full HP scout. Flying so many arrows flying. Oh, Vinch is trying to fight that tower down to the start. Okay. And TaToH just putting in another defensive tower. Killing one archer himself. And now... Well, shouldn't TaToH just win this if he fights it down? Should focus down those archers. Very low HP for them. And they are still eating more shots. They can't really take the greatest engagement ever. The tower will fall. Yes, the blacksmith will be denied. TaToH should save his villager. And this tower, well, will just defend as well. And TaToH is kind of fine. But now, out of stone, because he built 2 defensive towers there in this spot. Ooh, stone gate. So that's blocked now as well as a passing. But only 40 HP here, so that's not too important. Oh, but the archers kind of debated into the other tower. Berries will be lost here. TaToH 2 on gold. And going for some skirmishes. Will finish the blacksmith. Looks all too solid for him. TaToH going for fletching. Has some idle villagers here at the moment. Not reacting perfectly. Building defensive towers as well. Vinch continues with his aggression. TaToH stays calm and collected. Who's the best tower, Russia and Age of Empires? Probably has to be one of the two, right? Maybe, oh, Vivi is the best tower, Russia. Yeah, should be pretty clear. Ah, Lux. Yeah, I wanted to say Lux, not Vivi. Aye. Okay, game kind of stabilizing. Instead of pulling more villagers, we'll try to build another tower here, as it seems. Should get those skirmishes in this tower as well, just to increase the amount of arrows flying. We'll do exactly that now. Actually, what is this skirmisher doing? Is he trying to debate? And this tower number, I don't know, 3, 4, 5? 5 now? By TaToH. TaToH 6 villages ahead, but no end cards. On the other side, Vinchester again with a pretty fast transition. He's pretty good at that. Realizing how and when to transition away from realizing, okay, my enemy is safe, I can up, and he will reach the castle age quite significantly faster and will have an advantage in this game, I assume. But still, villager amount is better for TaToH. What did I say? It is. Hand card against no hand card. Killing even another villager, that's a kill that TaToH should not get there. So can't be happy with that. Should force drop some food now, and then we clickety click up to castle age. Indeed, that's what he's doing. On the other side, TaToH 400 food has a market, will click up in some seconds as well. Maybe a minute behind, maybe 1.5 minutes behind. And the question is, what are we transitioning into castle age? Celts? Maybe some crossroads, maybe some siege. Well, I'm not sure what that villager is actually doing. She has big plans, as it seems. What is that? I'm trying to go for the repair there? Well, that's not really a thing, right? Oh, neither is TaToH wasting all his army. Oh, that's so weird. Thanks so much, Jaguar. And the villager... What is this? This is so weird. Sending a villager from home, trying to repair this, and... Well, he's getting this, and he cannot... Ah, that's so ugly. I hate this. I hate this. Maybe... No, not really. No, okay. So we're talking about potential follow-up strategies. Celts could somewhat go into boom. Had a lot of stone as well, so that feels more like an aggressive castle coming up. Didn't send any villagers to the front though. And well, sending some now. Bodkin arrow and bullsword. Won't go for crossman upgrade though. Villager needs to jump in. No. Okay. And TaToH on the other side. What is he going for? Has a lot of resources. I wouldn't mind 3 extra TCs in that spot. Absolutely wouldn't mind that at all. Just to go for the massive boom and then decide. Try to counter what the enemy is going for. So many resources floating. Let's take a look. Maybe a monastery as well. And go for a siege workshop. TC number 1, TC number 2. Just force drop some stone, and TC number 3 would be pretty lovely. Goes for crossman, bodkin arrow, heavy blow, bow saw, all the upgrades in the world. Look at that. Everything around here. Aggressive siege workshop by Vinch. I'm actually going for a siege tower. Maybe we'll sneak around on that. Actually, Vinchester doesn't even have the greatest walls yet. Okay, interesting. TC number 3 not around, or TC number extra TC number 3 not around the corner yet. And TaToH, oh god, that's... I'm not sure if he really wants to do that. Is he maybe showing the strategy? Ooh, and he sees a tower. Oh no, he doesn't. Okay. It's a bit like Mission Impossible at the moment. That tower. No, that's Mortal Kombat, right? Okay. I'll look up the lyrics for next time. Vinch has no idea. He is picking up some relics. Now sees the siege tower. What's his reaction? Trying to go for mass houses, but that's just going to be so tough for him. Let's take a look. Where is he? Yeah, TaToH just needs to build like 3 archers, or just take 3 archers out. Then he should be fine. Is now jumping over. Is he? Oh, 23 HP. And that's walled for now. Beautiful reaction here by Vinchester this far. Is getting the mangonel over. And oh god, that house wasn't built. Oh no. Oh god, he just needs 1 HP on that one. Oh, 2 HP actually. Oh god, and there's not a lot of TCs out. Ay, 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 ay. A masterpiece! How I would call it. But it won't really end the game. 14 villages ahead, yeah. But archers are coming over. Mangonel is around as well. TaToH, can he out-micro this? Actually getting quite a lot of shots out. Now running under the shot. Oh, he's doing quite well against the archers. Maybe gets another villager, but eats that shot as well. And TaToH, he cannot do much. It's just focusing down the 2 archers. And now I think he should delete the crossbowman. And he is not even doing that. Giving them over to Vinch. And Vinch ahead in score. 14 villages behind. Heavily ahead when it comes to military. Interesting move. His towers are cleared up though, and he won't do that much in Castle Age, I reckon. TaToH at the same time is transitioning into scouts. What's the defense against the siege? Monk rush. Okay. Interesting. Even buying more food, going for forging, then he needs to go for light cav. Building an outpost, which I absolutely love, but doesn't have town watch, right? Oh, and Vinchester is now building an aggressive castle, and that's actually not that aggressive. But think about it. Like, what is this really blocking? Yeah, a stone spot. But we know that TaToH has a defensive stone spot as well. TaToH now opening his walls. Let's take a look. Lightcap is finishing any second. Mangonels needs good shots. Monks could get focused down with the Mangonels. One volley over here as well. Vinchester is having the better micro. And that was the big difference there. That the Mangonel 1 got the 2. If it was the other way around, or actually like TaToH still had 1 mangonel left, I mean, he could have put on a lot of pressure here, but therefore Vinchester is getting this castle up. Nice micro by him. TaToH, his resources not the greatest ever, just invested quite a bit into light cav. They did very little, actually got 2 converts against him. Selling some wood now. Getting a monastery up, and then he will click up pretty soon. Should build another round of villagers, because he can't click up before he has a monastery anyways. Vinchester collects another relic, that puts him up to 3, and isn't far away from getting number 4 and 5 as well. Has vision and knowledge of them for sure. TaToH's up. Let's take a look at the resources of Vinchester, who is at only 300 food. That's interesting. But has a lot of villagers queued up. So maybe could have cancelled them, could have clicked up as well. He is 17 villagers behind. This is an interesting game. Huh. Right, number 4, even debating with his light cap so that the monk takes less damage. And TaToH around here, but shows his knight, so should walk into the monk if he wants to pick up the relic here. The wolves doing some damage as well. That's obviously not too important. The knight will never really care about those HP. And TaToH, what is he going for? Seems like he's staying on cav, and I heard Celts don't have the worst counter ever to a guy going for light cav. And Celts without bloodlines, not in their greatest spot either, so kind of feels weird to me. Huh. He dropped off relic number 4. Does he know about... Oh! Oh. Well, now that's unfortunate. And he scouted everything on the outside. It has to be over here. Or over here. Okay. Well, okay. Let's see how we are focusing on that now. TaToH is up. TaToH is going for Cavaliers. Probably will see for Rimba as well. And Vinch is staying on Road Riders. Oh, now that's interesting. Sniping down another knight. And TaToH is showing his knights. Well, oh, we are Malians. We aren't Celts. Okay, my bad. Ay. And Vinchester has no idea about the two back golds either. Ay, that's scouting. But knows about the two side golds over here. And TaToH now out with his first trap. What else is he going for? Still Cavalier attack of the team, +1 defense only now. And Vinch, does he have an idea of what's coming up? Well, he sees some knights now. So yeah, and he sees Cavalier upgrade, so should have some idea what's rolling towards him. We'll lose that army at the left hand side. Is he completely walled at home? Yes, he is, so that's not a problem. The switches are somewhat exposed. And now should switch into some pikemen and halberdier, if you ask me. But goes for elite Road Riders first. Interesting decision. We need to see a halberdier switch. Oh, Road Riders now coming forward. Can they get the kill against those traps? We need to see some quick walls. But TaToH's not really going for them. And yeah, it would have been open at the front anyways. So that's pretty costly. And TaToH, what is he doing at the moment? Those castles will be saved. Ay. That was pretty good for Vinchester. Putting 3 traps, saving the castle. And at the same time did control his 2 gold spots. That was super sloppy by TaToH. Not protecting his traps here, was maybe trying to find some engagement, trying to catch off some villagers off guard, but that didn't really happen. Guilds now even for Vinchester, an upgrade that we don't see too often that early, at 95 villagers. TaToH going for the +4 defense, still no Rimba for him as well. I need the pikemen. TaToH sniping those 2 monks quite easily. Cavaliers still out, and well, that's an engagement Vinchester doesn't really want to take under the castle here. He needs to get that pikeman out of the group as well to walk a bit faster. TaToH now adding crossbowman. I'm not sure if I like that idea. Malians not having bracer really hurts them. Stone and increasing his food eco a bit more as well. Gold still not scouted here. And TaToH must feel he plays against 5 relics as well. Vinchester going for halberdiers. Huh. Was TaToH for Rimba? Not yet, no. Only a +2 for him. Adding some Gebettos. I like those a bit more, I believe. Doing some damage behind the Cavalier front. Hand cannoneers, something I like more as well. Castle number 1 is down, castle number 2 under heavy pressure. And if TaToH loses this castle, things will get pretty interesting for him. Now the double pronged attack, maybe Gebetto's moving in. They're obviously pretty good at sniping traps. 2 volleys, 3 volleys, 18 HP, and oh, got denied because he was just lacking too many upgrades there. And the traps are living. Maybe just sacrifice another group of units. I don't know, heavily repairing. How much stone does he still have left? 140. Oh, Vinch a bit out of position. 1 trap. is getting into trouble, both of them. Bombard Cannon finishing one off, 32 HP with the other one, and the Bombard Cannon killed both traps. The castle is safe, and TaToH can retreat. And that was a beautiful, beautiful move. Vinchester not splitting his army correctly. Needed to have Halberdiers here around here, and the Woad Riders killing the Bombard Cannon, but he just got played. TaToH, beautiful micro, now retreating back into his towers, into his castle, maybe even could go back further a bit if you ask me. And just at the moment, and only one castle at home, now goes back onto castle number 2. Really needs to pressure that area with all the gold. Villager over here, did she find something? No, completely missed the gold spots again. That's kind of unfortunate for him. And, well, he's now moving out here, so we'll find that relic after all. Population, very close, and this is an interesting game of army compositions here. TaToH, Hand Cannoneer, Cavalier, still without Farimba. And Vinchester for now, Woad Rider, Halberdier. I wouldn't mind to see some siege mixed in here as well, though. Why doesn't Vinch raid? Well, if he raids all his Woad Riders, he will only kill villagers. TaToH hasn't lost any villagers before that, so that won't really... What I want to say, Vinchester can't raid without losing gold. Yeah. Oh, is that an engagement Vinchester really wants to take under this castle? Hand Cannoneer is beautifully positioned there in the back. Yeah, TaToH will lose all his Cavaliers if he takes this engagement. 2 traps out here, but Vinchester will have heavy losses as well. Not the greatest positioning by TaToH when it comes to the Cavaliers. I think he just could have ran around a bit more. Castle will go down of TaToH. Didn't have enough stone to repair this, as it seems. And now TaToH even switching into men-at-arms? Why is he not satisfied with his hand cannoneers? That was a pretty good engagement for Vinchester here. Those Woad Riders seem to be really going ham. And the problem, as we said before, crossbowman, not really the answer. Uh-oh, and that is an out of position hand cannoneer. They are getting surrounded quite heavily. TaToH maybe going for too many different units here, as it seems. And yeah, they only have the defense, but not against Halberdiers or Woad Riders. And this seems like Vinchester will control the 2 gold spots now, and TaToH needs to tap out. I don't like how TaToH took that last engagement. Vinchester, with an interesting tower rush, had a small advantage than the earlier castle time. Some really, really sloppy play here by TaToH, losing those 3 traps. If he didn't lose those, he would have killed the castle earlier. No more Woad Riders for Vinchesters, and if then it's mass Halberdier, the hand cannoneers would have been so much more efficient. Kind of a sloppy play by TaToH, but also the beautiful execution of the Celts play here by Vinchester. Two, 1 now. And achievements. Mainly because of the last fight in favor of Vinchester, did kill a lot of villagers there as well. Crossbowmen, hand cannoneers, and the Cavaliers at the front. Yeah, he lost a lot of infantry, but killed quite efficiently. Obviously only needed to tack onto 1 type of army as well. And that was a nice advantage for him. Okay, now game number 4 will be the choice from Italians, Byzantines, and Spanish. Guys, what do you go for? Italians, Byzantines, or Spanish? Just post in chat, and also why. And just making Melanation proud. Spanish because it's TaToH playing. I think Italians are the strongest of the 3 cities, right? Spanish is one of the best civilizations in Arena, aren't they? Oh, they are good. They're good. There are probably better ones though. Certainly not top 3. Oh, wait. What round are we again? This is so confusing. What is semifinals number 1, semifinals number 2? Why can you not name them properly? Yeah, it is semifinals 2. Italian, Byzantine, Spanish, yeah. Italian, Genius, Cosmo, kill everything plus condos. Plus good monk rush, plus faster up. Thank you, G-Man. Right, delay started, guys. Oh. I don't have this activated. You need to know how to find me on my YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook as well. So close, and yet so far. Completed for you? Well, it's only important what's over here. And here you see, deny, fail. Who's G-Man? I mean, he's organizing the tournament, but what is he doing else? Is he really organizing the tournament? Is he? Well, if he is, then thank him. Why do you need to do more than organize a tournament? Like, if you ask, like, Trump, yeah, is he more than the president? Organizing all that, coming up with the settings, talking with the players, keeping everyone updated if the setting changes. That's a full-time job. Being there for every game. Thank you, G-Man. Civilizations are Byzantines for TaToH, and Vinchester is playing Italians. That's quite interesting here for sure. We kind of said Italians felt a bit stronger. Byzantines now. They are probably relying on their earlier Imperial Age timing. Have a pretty strong monk rush as well. And yeah, obviously the cheaper trash. I organize and play at the same time. Yeah, but I don't sleep. If you want to sleep, you have to decide. Play or organize. My hair conditioner doesn't not condition anymore. Thank you, treatment. Okay, could we see another tower rush? Gold. Pretty reasonable here for Vinchester. Has a defensive stone, two extra gold spots this time for him. TaToH defensive stone, quite nicely, even twice, and a defensive gold spot. Oh yeah. G-Man, there he is. He's here to feel the thank you, G-Man meme. Force dropping some food, yeah. Cleaning some walls. Forgot 2 tiles. Forgot 3 tiles. Oh, wants to know what's up in the front here. Tower rush. Yes, no, maybe. What will we see? Should be watching stream instead of being admin. Well, if everything's running smoothly, you're allowed to relax, get your popcorn, chill back, and enjoy the games as well. Enjoy the great tournament that you're hosting, and well, you see how sick the signups are, how many good games we saw. And yeah, this tournament was heavily surrounded by drama, but we look at it, more games went smoothly than problematically. So that's something. And Dracont still is in it. So that has to show you how good the tournament is and how fair. But there's so little variance that the top players are still in it. Dracont and Viper. In that order. In tournament lobby, but not in the room. Ay, ay, ay. Long distance spectating. Sounds like drama is bad. Oh. That's true. Yeah, I think I should host a tournament like Masters of Drama 1 and just include some stuff like last minute patch changes, last minute settings changes, and I will change the rules, the language of the rules quite often as well. Or just never give it out in English. There's some weird numbers. TaToH, by the way, is going for defensive archers. Against another trash of Vinchester. Vinchester didn't trash in game... Oh wait, I will take that back. He didn't trash in game number 1. Got blind counted in number 2. And game number 3 he actually won with this trash. So 1-1 in trash for him for now. Master of Drama, MBL has to win this. Well, yeah, I think you get extra points if you... Or like extra resources at the start if you had some drama in the forums early on. Yeah, will win because he doesn't know the rules anyways. Yeah. Maybe some weird adjustments. What could we do? Like I already had some drama in my tourneys as well, right? When I forbid slinging and then slinging in the end did happen anyways. Uh-oh, well that tower is not really going up if 4 M&As are out. Why is he not using those walls? Villagers, fight them down! They upgrade. Scout is a bit too idle for me if you ask me. Oh, and why is he not attacking the tower? I think he just sort of deleted those 2 walls and just 4 villagers attacking the tower. M&A is still around as well, pressuring the walls, could have been nice as well. Now 2 towers up and villager number 1 is down. Oh, this one is exposed. Is he getting the archery range up? Looks like a no to me. And a no to Vinch as well. And this is again just TaToH doing a lot of preparation work, and you saw him being in Woobly lobby, not playing a game, but being in there. Oh, and he really wants to get that archer range up. Is right-clicking the archer range, losing 1 villager, and the second one is going down as well. TaToH again, 4 villagers ahead in this one. And the tower is finished now, just needs to wall in the archer range. And what I wanted to say earlier, TaToH was sitting several hours in Woobly, but not playing. So probably watching some Rex, preparing himself for exactly this matchup, preparing for potential tower rushes, maybe looked at the scores. Ah, and yeah, exactly. Forbid laming without defining what it means. Oh god, that's so good. Ah, I think I will host that tournament. And what else do we need? We need like TeamSpeak of the players so they can... Oh, and unfair maps without restarts. Oh, that would be so nice. Mega random. Ay, 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 ay. Or even worse, like scenarios and resources are changing or something. You have gold spots without gold in it or something, or only 1 gold. So you build a mining camp and you only actually get 8 gold of it. Oh, something like that. Yeah. But, well, I will have 3 other tournaments before that. So, we'll see. I have to play without spec delay. Yeah. What else, guys? What is really annoying for the players that they complain about every time? Oh, they have to play on HD? And we have... I kind of have to implement lag, right? Yeah, I have to spec anyways on HD. So it's live specking on HD. And I'm starting my porn downloads. Well, turbo settings aren't that bad. Small fail by TaToH here, not having those walls. And now Vinchester out microing. TaToH cannot really use this out either. TaToH should maybe micro that one back. Oh, wants to micro his scout back, doesn't want to lose that one. You sound like evil. Maybe I am. Isn't Asha out running in MLA? Also slightly, but make bug map with small bugs in corner and then call admin read 30 minutes when the player has clear lead. That's so true. Or force them to reschedule. Because I don't have time. Oh, that's so good. Like best of 9 series, and when it's 4-4, I force them to do an hour dinner break or something. There's so much potential. Oh, and allow observers and allow coaches in game. So, like the brothers are allowed to play together, somewhat. Admin restarts into 15 minutes into this game. Oh, TaToH didn't get the kill there. Vinchester really active. This archer. Will he get the kill in the end? He's up to castle a bit earlier, but TaToH will click up any second as well. Want to know how this ends over here. 4 HP. It's 2 more shots. Didn't run into the hippo earlier. Last shot, TaToH, can you get it? Oh! Headshot. Okay, then let's take a look. TaToH does have wheelbarrow. On the other side we have Vinchester with wheelbarrow as well. So that's that even 4 more villagers for TaToH. He is behind 12, let's call it 1.5 villagers. So actually he's ahead 2.5. That's not too much. I would say we're still in somewhat of an even game. And that shows you the strength of the tower rush. How well TaToH defended and how dominantly he slapped down that early attack. And still, TaToH only slightly ahead. And now, question is, what will Vinchester transition into? Could go onto Genoese crossbowman, has enough stone. Not that they're like the powerhouse unit in Castle Age here. Doesn't have enough farms to really show us that he wants to get into Fast Imp. Put some more houses, monastery, get some control in that regard. And TaToH, what is he going for? Could be another masterpiece with crossbowman and siege tower maybe. Take a look. Siege tower or siege workshop for now coming in. And Vinchester not going for a lot of defense. And well, okay, that's just a defensive castle. I thought like how the villagers moved. He wanted to build an aggressive castle. That's gonna be tricky. Fast imp Arbalest siege tower, clearly. Well, not really. Strategy number 1 and 2. Still sending more on stone. So he will indeed play into his castle tech. And that MA actually survived another day. Where's the archer of Vinchester? Ah, just scouting his back. Ooh. 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 And Vinchester, what does he see of this attack? Castle will be up, TC will be up though. I think he will have like 1 or 2 villager losses and that's it. But, well, how can he clear this up? Doesn't have enough wood for a siege workshop either. Crossmen are now in. Vinchester sees it instantly, so that's good. TaToH, can he run through the TCs? Where is he going? Okay, no defensive siege workshop. Some walls behind that. TaToH is at the furthest point at the right hand side. I would try to build the castle up here now. There's so many villagers. Oh, healing the archer. Interesting stuff. Okay, wants to go for the mangonel first. Makes a lot of sense. The castle would kind of give the chance to lose a lot of villagers. So just build a defensive mangonel, clear it up slowly but surely. And yeah, you don't need the castle now. So I like his calmness. I would have overreacted in that spot for sure. Getting 1 convert done, or actually TaToH deleted before the convert could have get done. Vinchester reacted to that quite calmly. I like that a lot. Is 1 villager ahead. Mitchell ground not really important. So the important thing will be, yeah, how are they transitioning into the castle age here? Crossman jumping, yeah, just being a bit annoying. Should not really do anything here. Go for some splits, which monk should micro back. He shouldn't actually lose a single monk here. And he does not, as it seems. That was small misplay by TaToH. I'm not 100% sure. Had a good start there into the fight, but then couldn't really finish it. TaToH going for hand card. Vinchester still deep in the castle age here as well. No need to think about where to place his castle. And on the other side we have TaToH. Seems like he's banking up a bit more of his resources. Not really. No. Was just floating some. There's another attack, but they shouldn't do anything at all. Which account so dead even. And TaToH, what can he do against condos? Not much, right? Probably goes onto Arbalest himself. Interesting. So Condo Onager could maybe be the tech of Vinchester, and then it's getting tricky for our TaToH. Kind of have to go into bombard cannons then. Vinchester attacks into redemption. TaToH against condos. The equals are too low to go for that, I believe. TaToH doesn't really work with 70 villagers. Or maybe he will reach castle age input a bit more than that. Maybe like 80. But still, doesn't really have enough stone. So he won't really attack for that either. Feels like Arbalest tech to me. Needs to transition with more villagers onto gold as well. For now, only has 5 over here and 7 over here. Really quick math says that's 17. Good mango shot. And that buys him some more time. Actually, that's really a costly thing. There's another villager at the same time. And I think he wants to transition into onagers, so losing those two, kind of ugly for him. Getting relic number 4 pretty soon. Relic number 5 kind of out of the question for now, though. Will probably be TaToH. Who's ahead by 4 villagers? Did Vinchester in the meanwhile decide what he wants to go for? Oh, he didn't even click up to imp yet. Completely didn't see that. Thought he would pick up for quite some time. And is he balancing resources? He is switching on to knights. Interesting. Okay. I didn't see that coming. Or is he going for light cav? He isn't sending more villagers on gold. What are we witnessing? Vinchester, you tell me, what are you doing? Okay, now sending more on gold. So he will indeed go for cavaliers. That's surprising to me. Oh. TaToH sneaking around here. Vinchester sees that coming quite nice and early. Wow, that castle was a very fast cancel. Outlines, light cav. Why is he taking light cav? Thought he just sent a lot of villagers on gold. Ay. Catching for Vinchester. I don't really know what he wants to go for. Or will it be halberdier? Oh, how did he lose that one? Okay, generally crossbowman hussar seems to be the composition here out of Vinchester. On the other side, TaToH is indeed going for arbalest, which is kind of fine against condos, kind of fine against generally crossbowmen, and kind of fine against hussars. Only be bad against onagers, but lots of manual losses here in late castle age. So TaToH in a fine position here, going for chemistry as well. Maybe some forward cannons around as well. Am I wrong? Are Neely's viewer numbers increasing? Having a good grow the last month. Really happy with that. I think we'll only increase further because the game is growing quite heavily as well. I think Age of Empires is growing on Twitch faster than Twitch itself. That's pretty sweet. And yeah, putting a lot of effort in at the moment as well. And let's take a look how we will see if this is only light cavs. Arbalest, and they will have a lot of damage output here. Soon 10 defense upgrades are coming in as well. TaToH still has very little idea of what Winchester is actually going for. Sees some crossbowmen, sees some Genoese crossbowmen, so he kind of has to know that something is up. Because those are way too few units. Question is, will he expect the light cavs and or cavaliers? I wouldn't. Look at that, TaToH actually staying on the outside, not really going for the kills here. Hussars for Vinchester, just staying calm and then probably wants to attack. Very little kills this game. 36 minutes and oh, Magnus shot is dodged. Beautiful move here by TaToH. And Vinchester is now showing his hand. TaToH sees the arbalest, or does he? Very little vision, and now he's getting this around. Hussar is finishing exactly that moment before the engagement start. Beautiful timing here, and the split is real surrounding that, and that's a beautiful engagement here by Vinchester. Could have not hoped for a better one. The Genoese crossbowmen coming around as well. That was just a treat to watch. How did that? The split command did move behind them. Perfect surround. TaToH could not save those arbalests. What a beautiful move here by Mr. Vinch. Great engagement. TaToH still with 20 more pop though and can go into pikemen. I still question the unit choice. But that was a good start of that Imperial Age fighting. TaToH didn't have ballistics at that fight either. Not that it really mattered. Not the longest distances anyways. And now not really microing against the hussars. What's going on? And yeah, Vinchester should have lost 2-3 hussars there. You ask me, but still no ballistics. Kind of hurt. Mr. TaToH here as well. TaToH going for hoarding with Byzantine, so really wants to get onto the HP for his castle here, it seems. 8k already, compare that to the 4.8k of the Italians. And oh, Vinchester, look at the wind split. Let me... Am I confused? Isn't Silk Road the... Silk Road is the trade upgrade, right? Trade unit costs 50% less. Something that Vinchester is researching at the moment. Oh, cancelled last second. Okay, he realized. That was so weird. That was so weird. I was really confused. Okay, well, he cancelled at 93%, did try to click the other one, then realized, okay, I won't finish. Let's repair the cars and squeeze in conscription. It's a more important upgrade for now. Ay, 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 ay. Okay. That was really confusing there for a small second. And castle, I think he now can stop repairing. Converting some halberdiers. Not that TaToH is really caring about that too much. Pop 180 for TaToH. For 130 on the other side for Vinchester. Who's now trying to go for a lot of skirmishes, but yeah. Is that really the Italian strength here? After elite skirmishes? Not really. But the Arbalists, the greatest strengths of Byzantine Theater, but they have all the upgrades. So those are more of the stronger Arbalists for sure. Yes, Genoese. Elite Genoese crossbowman. Didn't even realize that. Didn't see that he tagged that. Oh, still a lot of hussars around. Vinchester, well, what can he really do? Archer is trying to get up to those, but does lose so many HP and now loses his monastery at the frontier. 4 relics gone, and the advantage was 4-1. Now it's 1-0 for TaToH. Arbalest still doing massive amount of damage in the back here. Not having the last attack upgrade is Vinchester fighting down the Arbalest, and Vinchester has to tap out. That was just not really working out for him in Imperial Age. They went for similar ecos. TaToH had the earlier transition into Arbalest, and then Hussars. It seems like... Did Vinchester maybe expect TaToH to go for skirmishers to counter Genoese crossbowman? I have no idea, but, well, that unit composition simply didn't work out. Huh. The tower rush defended beautifully by TaToH again, and this is the 3-0 lead for TaToH, or actually the lead is also the end result, because we are only looking into a best of 5 today. Next round will be best of 7. TaToH is officially in the money in this tournament, and Vinchester sadly out. Achievement. TaToH. Quite a solid KD for him, and yeah, obviously filling all the buildings there. The Arbalest engagement in the end wasn't really that bad. Going from 2-1 to 3-0. Did I say that? Ay, ay, ay. TaToH again. Looking at... I think he just always looked at the score, went FC, or planned to go FC, but every time Vinchester clicked up, he just added 1 more villager and then went up as well. I think that's what happened there.